Safm, South Africa's news and information leader.
In the news at 5 o'clock, shocking stats on jailed SA drug mules, and the Egyptian Interior Minister sends a warning. Good afternoon, I'm Kirit Lala. You're listening to SAFM News. In the main story this hour, about 337 South African women are currently serving prison terms in other countries for drug trafficking. Social Development Minister Batabile Dlamini has disclosed this figure after a trip to Brazil. She says a particular concern is that a high number of pregnant women are caught drug trafficking and then give birth while being held in a foreign prison. The minister says as part of the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, governments try to secure the return of babies born in foreign prisons. Dlamini gives more details of South African women and children in overseas prisons, including a major Brazilian city.
71 South African females are serving their sentences in female prisons in Sao Paulo alone. The youngest aged 20, the eldest 62 years old. Others are arrested at advanced stages of pregnancy, and as a result, they give birth while in prison. According to the consular services, 16 children have been repatriated from foreign countries to date.
Locally, our own law enforcers have had their hands full with cases of drug trafficking. Hawks acting head of organised crime investigation, Brigadier Ibrahim Kadwa, says from the start of last year until May this year, about 281 local and international human drug traffickers were arrested at OR Tambo International Airport only. Kadwa's warned people who are approached by syndicates to inform the police.
Drug traffickers profit from human misery. They are unscrupulous and naturally they will prey on the ranks of vulnerable, amongst the ranks of the poor, unemployed. They've even gone to shelters where they have recruited persons to act as human couriers. In terms of this, naturally we are intensifying our efforts to curb the scourge of international drug trafficking. At our border posts, which is our first line of defense, we have certainly intensified our efforts to be able to prevent drug trafficking.
The presidency has declined to comment on an international report that Nelson Mandela has undergone an operation. Presidential spokesperson Mac Maharaj refuses to confirm the report on CBS. The US news network says Mandela underwent a surgical procedure to unblock a dialysis tube on Friday, just before marking his 7th week at the Pretoria Mediclinic Heart Hospital. Maharaj says Madiba is still critical and stable, but there are some improvements, reiterating comments of the last few weeks. Maharaj says he's not aware of any recent scares after CBS claimed that the global icon had given his doctors 2 scares in the past few days. Police Sergeant Taboho Motsi, who died in an accident along with Gauteng Economic Development MEC Nkosi Pendule Kolisile and another bodyguard, has been laid to rest at Blue Gum Bush Cemetery in Qwaqwa. The three died in a head-on collision between the MEC's car and a truck in the Free State last Saturday. Free State MEC for Police, Roads and Transport, Butani Kompela, says they have lost a dedicated police officer as he always excelled in his job since he became a VIP protector a few years ago. Kompela dismissed rumours that the N6 road where the accident occurred is in bad condition. He says the road is one of the best in the country. And finally, moving further afield now, Egyptian Interior Minister Mohammed Ibrahim has warned that the authorities will respond forcefully to any disruption of security. His comments come as supporters of the deposed Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi continue their sit-in around the mosque in eastern Cairo. The protesters have reinforced their barricades. The BBC's Jim Mayer reports.
The tense standoff continues. Clearly, there's a big chance of another violent collision. Thousands of Morsi supporters, many with their families, remain defiant in the tented city they've set up around the mosque in eastern Cairo, which has become the focal point of their protest since the president was ousted by the army on the 3rd of July. The question now is, will the interim government, backed by the military, go ahead and try to clear the camp with inevitable bloodletting? There's no sign on the ground at the moment of that shaping up.